name is Jessica Lynn, and today I'm going to be talking with you about the school counselor's role in homeless youth. Every year, hundreds of thousands of American families become homeless. This includes 1.5 million children, and as the numbers decrease, they are still increasing in size when it comes to homeless youth. Most of the children that are homeless perform academically less than those of low-income families. They are also known to have disproportionately high prevalence of mental health issues, physical health issues, and behavioral issues. So what does it mean to be homeless? What do you think homeless is?
I think homeless is like a person who doesn't have a home or a person who needs help and is not getting it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So homeless is somebody who does not have a home. However, when it comes to children being homeless, this includes those living out of cars, living in shelters, living in places that don't normally sleep well for humans. According to the McKinney-Veneto Act, this includes those who have a different place to sleep, a nighttime residence. This includes a fixed, a regular, and adequate nighttime residence. This also may include hotels, trailer parks, shelters, etc. So this is what we look like for a nation on January night in 2013. California is actually the leading number for the largest number of unaccompanied homeless children, including 15,000 youths, so 30% of our nation's total. Other 5 major cities that are included are Los Angeles, New York, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and San Jose. They account for 27% of all unaccompanied homeless children and youth in America. Also included within this number is the children under the age of 18, which includes 135,000 children on a January night in 2013 that were left unaccompanied and homeless. So what is the state and the nation doing for this? As of the state of California, as the numbers progress, in 2011 we raised over $7 million in funding for homeless children. And by the year 2015, next year, we are projected to raise close to $7.6 million to help these children out. So locally, because we are in Sacramento, I have found many of the school districts within the local community that have raised grant money to help homeless. Currently, San Juan Unified, which is the school that I'm shadowing for, one of the schools, has raised $114,000. Because of funding, it's very important because according to the McKinney-Veneto Act, transportation is a common need and want from homeless children. And according to this act, by the state, we are required to give them transportation to and from wherever they reside at night. This becomes a major deficit and problem for the state and for the schools because not everyone can be accounted for that are homeless, and also getting the funding necessary to have school supplies and things like that for the children. So what are the barriers of education that have a problem for homeless? Barriers are defined as a learner's access to learning. So a barrier problem for these children are going to include lack of transportation, lack of school supplies, emotional crisis, mental health, lack of parent or guardianship, or even being unable to meet the enrollment requirements, such as having a proof of residence and legal guardianship and school and health records. So what does the law do for these students? So according to the law, the McKinney-Veneto Act is a federal legislation supporting homeless children. This act states that anyone who is aware of a homeless child is required by law to identify and to be given to coordination activities with other entities and agencies. So according to a liaison that is in charge of homeless children. This becomes a problem with school counseling because school counselors have been entrusted by their students to do what's right for them, and not a lot of children feel comfortable enough approaching a counselor or administration or principal or anything like that in a school and admitting that they are homeless and need the help. They're afraid of going back to shelters, they're afraid of going back to foster care, they're afraid of going to their parents or ruining what their parents have established for them, but they do need help from us. Another protection by the law is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. This specifically allows sharing of information, so this is very important because as a counselor you have been entrusted by your student. You want to do what's right for them, and by doing right for them, that is informing someone of their problem, of their living situation, of their need and their want. And a lot of the times by telling someone, you aren't always doing what's best for them in their eyes. So sometimes it's better to ask them if they would like to tell an official and have you as being their support. So how can schools help? A lot of schools offer an open door policy, and this again is the trust that your student is given to you. Having your door open at all times, being in activities with kids, promoting canned food drives, being there in support of your children, offering clothing donations. That way those who are homeless or having problems feel comfortable in that area to be able to talk about it and know that you yourself are supporting them as well. Another thing is enforcing the laws. Just because the child doesn't agree that the law is right doesn't mean it's not right for them. So as a counselor and as administration, you need to be able to enforce the laws and uphold those laws. That way they are getting the best benefit that they can. Contacting and collaborating with local homeless organizations. That way, whether you do have homeless or you don't have homeless, you are talking to somebody in your local area that can help and support you when you do need it, when the time comes for it. Many school districts throughout the nation are now offering lockers, shelter, laundry, showers, and meals to those that they know that are homeless. This goes above and beyond the law, but it's great to see that schools are progressing in the right way to help these children. So what is the school counselor's role? As we talked about before, building relationships with outside agencies, it's very important to know your resources within your community and have those on hand for kids, because you want to be able to give them the best resources possible, because you yourself are not responsible for giving the best, but having all those resources behind you provides you and the student with the best support possible. Protecting from shame and don't judge. These kids are coming to you with the fact that they are entrusting in you. And so by being non-biased and non-judgmental, they feel that they can approach you, not only for the problems that they have currently, but other friends and community members that can talk to you as well about other things going on. So that's really important as a school counselor. The next is understanding your role in the process. Many kids that show signs of homelessness have been wearing the same clothes for multiple days in a row. They are coming to school without food. They are coming to school unprepared, without school supplies, without other things in there, and they are needing your help. So the role in the process, what can you do in the process for them that's going to best benefit them? Knowing your resources. Again, this is not only knowing your homeless resources, but knowing other resources. That way, if they have any questions, you can give them other answers, such as financial support, food support, shelter support, things like that. There have been studies that have been shown that those have helped within communities actually progress longer. So lastly is making the appropriate referrals, and I think I had just mentioned this. This is making sure that you are giving the right information to the right person about the right thing that they're looking for, not something that they don't need. Again, homeless is defined as living in hotels, vehicles, shelters, and nighttime residence, so it's important. So what can we do to help? Different recommendations that we have for the community that could help are, one, supporting and developing and providing small groups. Something after school that children can feel that they can come in and talk and share and not feel alone. Also, providing the community with this information. Not many, out of sight, out of mind. A lot of people don't realize that we do live in an area that has homeless children. And not to get off subject, but Sacramento is known for a very human trafficking area. So along with that comes the homeless youth, and in that, you don't want them to get lost or feel lost. So engaging in community outreach, providing educational and preventive programs, offering food drives, clothing, talking to parents at parent-teacher conferences, talking at assemblies with kids, sending out flyers and things like that so people are aware of the problem, and those who can help will feel that they can help. So again, enhancing educational and community stakeholder awareness about issues facing this population. So I have provided a lot of resources nationally for those out of Sacramento area or out of the California state, that hotlines and things like that, that you can feel that you can visit websites or talk to somebody if you feel that you are one of these people. In the Sacramento area, these are some of the resources for local. They include a 24-hour hotline and different areas that offer food banks and shelters for children. Thank you very much for listening to me today. I hope this was very informative. Again, a school counselor's role in helping the homeless youth.